Hello, hello, hello. It is Kim Wade. I am jumping back on here. So I hope you watched my another Orange Theory video that I sent out about connective tissue and fascia and the things that we're going to be talking about in this October 9th workshop. But I wanted to jump on here today because I wanted to talk a little bit more about why I'm doing it. So I wanted to show you why I'm doing it. And now I want to show you why I'm doing it. So there's a lot of grief. There's a lot of heaviness. There's a lot of resentment. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of numb. There's a lot of, um, you know what I mean? There's a lot of that, and we all have it. And the way the yogis look at the body is it's just the bag of your story. It's just the narrative of your life. And if we're not moving it, right? If we're not moving it, if it doesn't feel fluid and free, it gets heavier and tighter and more adhered to our way of living. So part of balancing ourselves out is just checking in. So one of the things that we're going to be doing in this workshop is the idea of the koshas, which is in yoga philosophy, the different layers of your awareness. And so we know that the body holds the story. Once we start to open the body, the emotion starts to come up, the narratives, feelings start to come up. And then we take those feelings and we start to understand, oh, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking these things and it's creating this feeling I have in the way that my body is holding pain, and on, all the way through spirit, all the way through the way we show up in our lives. So connective tissue is mindful movements where you take pause in your story. You take pause and you notice, where do you feel what? Is there somewhere you feel tense on the right side, tense on the left? And you start to understand that some of us, most of us, have been living with imbalance in really tight on one side and really loose on the other side, or weak and strong, or however you want to look at it, for so long we don't even know how out of imbalance, or sorry, how out of balance we feel. And so the part beginning of this is to notice how imbalanced we are and where, and then to seek balance. So I wanted to do a little quick lesson with you so that you kind of get an idea of what we're working with: mindful movements and micro movements. Okay, so sit up nice and tall if you would, feet on the floor. We'll do this very quickly, sitting up nice and tall. And just first, we're going to regulate our breathing. Okay, so just notice you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4 on the inhale, and 4, 3, 2, 1 on the exhale. Let's take about 5 more of those. You're regulating your nervous system. You're calming down. We call it getting grounded, getting centered. Okay, so that's where we start. Now I want you just very easily to turn your head to the right and stop before you get to a spot that feels any sensation. So I don't want you to push to sensation. I want you to stop right before. And then if you go a tiny bit more, where does the sensation start? I want you to put your fingers on it. So just connect. That's what you're feeling, and that is where it feels. And maybe you can't reach it where you are. That's okay too. Just noticing it. Okay, release your hand back to the lap, come back to center, and let's do the same thing on the second side, right before sensation. Keep the breathing. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, go a little bit more. Where does that sensation start to kick up? Just put your fingers there. And then let it go back to neutral. Keep the breathing. One more time. This time we're going to go to the right, right before the sensation. Stop. And then to the left, right before the sensation. Stop. So you're not feeling any sensation here. You're just moving between that bookend. Take about 5 or 6 more, please. In our workshop, we will be doing this again and again throughout our whole body. So the first one is on October 9th, but then they will be consecutive the second Saturday of every month at 4 p.m. Central, the second Saturday of every month at 4 p.m. Central. When you've completed that, just look back to front. Just feel what you feel. So we're going to be learning self-tracking. We're going to be learning what the lay of the land is in the way we carry balance at all. And we're going to be moving in a very safe and loving and nurturing way. I can't wait to teach it. Hope to see you there. This one, October 9th, but then if you're watching this later, every second Saturday afterwards. All right, deep bows to you all. May this work be of benefit.